Good afternoon, everyone. Just wanted to do another YouTube review. This time on another figure. This one's an older figure. I've had it for a little while. Just wanted to do a review on it finally. And it hasn't been opened or anything. Yeah. Anyways, this is Heavy Cruiser Maya from Kantai Collection. For those of you that don't know, Kantai Collection is a mobile game. Only in Japan. And so what it is basically World War II ships that are anthropomorphized. I don't know if I said that correctly, but anyways, into these girls with basically the ship's guns or whatever, which explains why she's got guns and things like that. So this is Heavy Cruiser Maya. She's a 1/7 scale. It's official Kodakawa merchandise via the logo there. And I just wanted to emphasize too that for those of you who might see the damage here, that this is not from a shipper. This I bought it like this, and it was 50% off anyway, so it wasn't a big deal. So that's not from a shipper though, just so you guys know. Anyways. So moving on, as you can see, you can barely see because of all the plastic covering and stuff. So let's take her out of the box. The box is pretty plain, nothing too special about it or anything. The maker is Funny Nights. I don't own too much of their stuff. So this is kind of the first, well, one of the first that I have from them. So let's find out what it's like. I usually take my figures out of the boxes anyway, so some box damage isn't that big of a deal to me. Obviously both for reviews and for display. Nothing else in the box except for some assembly directions. Usually there's more tape on the sides, and sure enough, there's more tape. Run it along. There we go. Pops open. Just gonna pull it apart. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, one of the things that I like is this big, heavy, solid base. I already like that. You can tell that it's not going to flip with all the weight that the guns and stuff are going to add on her. It's got a nice little cut, embroidered piece of like metal here, little sheet metal, with their name on it, and all that, Maya. So yeah, this is actually kind of nice. I really like this. The stand, I do like that it's got the little indented things for her feet here, so that's really good. Nice and deep in there, so she's not going to go anywhere. And like I said, this, you can see this plate is pretty heavy. Looks like it's wood, so it's a nice little wooden base. I like that. So anyway, let's get her out here. Unwrap her. They come wrapped in this. To help keep it from getting like dirty and all that kind of stuff. I always like to kind of wash my hands before I handle figures, just for that fact. And then in my other videos, I also mention a little bit of tips for if you're gonna display your figures, how you should display them. Keep them away from direct sunlight, things like that. Because they don't like direct sunlight. It does damage the figure. Obviously, if you're not sure, don't pull on anything. Like this is kind of snagged on her hair. You don't want to break anything, so you just be careful removing some of this. It's kind of in a tight area there. So there we go. So it's all removed from her there. So again, the other name you can call them, I guess, is ship girls, or konmusu, things like that. But yeah, so that's what they are. So she can just go into the base here. And she just fits in. She'll go the other way actually, because I'm sure her weight's going to mostly be on that side, just like that. That's a good snug fit, which is good. So here we go. I don't know if you guys can see her actually really good. Let me try and angle the camera down, or at least check it, make sure that you can see what I'm seeing, or what I want you to see. There we go. Much better, because you don't need to see my face. I want you to see the figure. Okay. So moving on. So you can either, I guess, have her standing like this, if you want, in this kind of a pose. And this I might need to defer to the directions for, because I do have other Kantai figures, but I haven't really opened them up. So, for this, I'm not exactly 100% sure actually how these go. Oh, right here. Take that back. So this just goes into her backside here. It's got a little thing right there, and this right here just goes in there. Question is does she come apart at the waist like some do? I don't like pulling on things unnecessarily. Like I said, if it doesn't look like it, then I don't do it. They might just like basically squeeze on in. Yeah, so it does. Yeah, okay, so it does. It just kind of squeezes on in. Yeah, I was just worried because her shirt is a little bit low, and I don't want to obviously damage anything. So yeah, but it just goes and squeezes on in. Let's get her in there. We can see what it's gonna look like. And then these guns are pretty brittle on the side, so like right here. So you just want to be careful. Like I said, you know, be extremely careful with it. Don't do anything crazy. Try and hold it in a way that what's called, and take your time kind of doing it. There's no rush. You know, you don't want to spend $100+ on a figure or whatever and then have it broken. So yeah, and then you can adjust it or whatever. This one goes on her side. So this one you can actually tell it has another arm on it. So this arm is gonna actually disconnect, and it will go there. So this just has to pull off. That's some. Yeah, there it goes. Right there, just like that. And this is just going to go on, and it usually has a design in it, so it does. It's going to go on just like this. It's going to go up a little bit more. Again, just I want to be careful with all the stuff there. You know, try and inch it up. Okay, so there we go. This kind of moves. So there we go. That is Heavy Cruiser Maya. Weighs quite a bit. Good solid plastic, PVC. She's leaning, so if this was a figure in direct sunlight, there's a good chance that, you know, the sun could heat this up too much and she would tilt even more. So that's why I say you don't want these figures in direct sunlight. You want to kind of keep them out of sunlight and into shade. And then I kind of just dust them off. You can use canned air and then a little like brush, thin paintbrush. Nothing too crazy. You can use that. Or if you've got one that might be for it, then that's also good. Just make sure that the bristles aren't stiff. You don't really want too stiff of bristles. You can go to like Michael's or something like that and pick up some. But anyways, yep, so that's what you want to do with these kinds of figures, is to keep them dusted. Usually, if I display them, I usually dust them maybe once a week, or sometimes once every 2 weeks. But yeah, so anyways, so here we go. So the quality and everything is really good. I'm really impressed, especially like I said, this base, the detail on the hair, the shading, the eyes, the way that they're done, the guns on her. I'm really impressed with the detail, the shading on her. This piece here, just the lines on it, the everything on it is really nicely done. Really impressed. Really like this figure and how it looks. So I would give it easily, just the quality of the base and everything, I would easily give this figure like a 10. And if you like Kantai, I would definitely want to own this figure. It's a very high quality figure. I don't know if you can still buy her or if you can find her anywhere. Like I said, she's kind of older, so she might not be available anywhere anymore, or at least not legit. So make sure that it's legit if you do find her. But anyway, so that is Heavy Cruiser Maya. That's my review on her. I give her basically, I'd say like a 10 all around. The detail on her, the way everything fits together, the base, quality of the material, all that stuff. I'd give it like a 10 on every category. This is a great figure to have and a great figure to own. And if you're a Kantai fan, there you go. There's another one. Anyways, hope you all have a great day and enjoyed this review as much as I did. And I look forward to talking to you all again soon. Bye.